Now the previous videos would have been up earlier, but because of this concert I lost most of my voice and could barely talk for the better part of a week. Yep, Airbourne again. And this time it buggered me up really, really good. I mean, I was aching all over for days. My hearing was a mess, my voice was a mess. I was literally the biggest mess I have ever been from a concert. I was stood right at the front. This is my review for Airbourne, supported by Orange Goblin and The Treatment at Nottingham Rock City on the 3rd of December 2013. I was stood right at the front on the left hand side of the stage, in front of where the steps were, where people could walk up and down that was playing. Now, The Treatment were absolutely brilliant. They were probably one of the best live support bands I've ever seen. Obviously the best one was Airbourne, supported Iron Maiden. But they were so sure of themselves, and they had that sort of Guns N' Roses, Velvet Revolver-y type feel to them with how they even just like presenting themselves on stage. They are going to be big one day, I'm not going to lie. You can clearly tell that by just watching them live. And after the show, my brother actually bought the CD of theirs, and they signed. All of them signed it, and we met them, and they were incredibly nice guys as well. So, purely 10 out of 10 because they were brilliant live, and they were actually incredibly nice. Not that I wasn't expecting them to be, it's just that some people aren't, and I'm surprised. Well, they did say they were going to be there, so they obviously stuck to what they said. Second band that supported Airbourne, Orange Goblin. If you don't know who Orange Goblin are, they are a metal band who has been around for quite a while now, released quite a few albums, absolutely brilliant live. The singer is huge. I don't mean outwards, I mean upwards. He is massive, because between the Treatment and their sets, they changed the mic and put it higher and higher. I was thinking, oh boy. Yeah, he was extremely tall, and he was just what they were, what you would expect from no-nonsense rock and metal for better part of 3/4 of an hour. Absolutely brilliant live as well, and they're getting a 10 out of 10 because they knew what they were doing live. They had obviously been there before, and they got a great reaction from the crowd. Now, this the main event for this act was obviously Airbourne. Now, I'm going to go and record now and say that I am one of the people who actually caught a guitar pick at the end of the concert. Yep. And you can clearly see, well, you can't clearly see there, it says on it Justin Street, so I caught Justin Street's guitar pick. I also actually caught one of the bottles of water that they were using on stage, which was pretty cool, and I also got a high five by Joel O'Keefe. So that was a good night for me just from that, but the set was absolutely amazing. Took, well, not many of the second album, I think there was like 2 songs off the second album. Took the absolute best of the first and the third album, and the whole place was, I really do not know how to describe it. It was one of the most reactive crowds I've ever seen. They were moving constantly. It was just pure rock for well over an hour, and the guitar solos were amazing as well. This is probably the best gig I've ever been to, and probably will ever go to. The whole Airbourne getting a 10 out of 10. If it was possible to give them more than a 10, I would. And the whole gig gets 10 out of 10. Pure flawlessness from start to finish. Absolute rock. Of course, Joel O'Keefe was the same old maniac. He's always been smashing beer cans and on his head, running through the crowd, playing on the balcony, going on someone's security's shoulders, and being walked around the Rock City. Absolute mayhem and chaos, and it was absolutely brilliant. If you've never, ever seen Airbourne live, you really, really, really need to either watch live footage from it, from any of their shows or anything, and you will see what I mean. They are the biggest group of nutters that you will ever see. Well, Joel O'Keefe is the biggest nutter you will ever see in any rock group. The bit at the end nearly deafened me completely. During Running Wild, Joel decided to turn up the amps to as loud as they would go, and I have never ever heard anything that loud before. I'm sure he's probably done it at every single one of the dates, but that was incredibly loud. Yeah, so 10 out of 10 for Airbourne, 10 out of 10 for everyone and for the whole gig. Everyone did a great job, and they all deserve recognition for it.